Hello, everybody. Let's get something going. I am being a bit of a slacker again today, taking some time off to do some more mining and crafting. That's okay. Let's see. Hi, Ganef. How are you today? I am setting up some new tools today to mess around with our excuse me, with our thing. I'm using ground control for Stream Element, so I have like a interface to see everything. It's new to me, so trying to figure things out. Did it put in my chat? I can see when Restream puts up thing as well as yours because that's it. Because I can see YouTube chat. But for you, you just saw the chat on the screen for you one, right? Sorry, that doesn't make sense. But I got a notification that you said Stree, and then I got a notification that Restream bot said that you said Stree. And then I got the same thing for when you said excellence. And I got the same thing for when you said what. But on the screen, it only shows it the one time, correct? That doesn't answer my question. Are you seeing just one time on the chat what you're saying, or is it repeating twice? You see the things twice. Okay, so um what I need to do is turn off the Restream bot because now the Stream Elements bot is also doing the same thing. So how do I do that? All right, I'm going to turn off relay mode for the bot. All right. I think that should be updated. And then let's go in here for my stream. I have the Streamlabs chat overlay, but I don't have the Restream chat overlay. So that was the issue. Try it again. Put something in chat and see if it shows up twice. The issue is that it's not so much that it's showing up twice. I'm switching over to the other one because the Restream has a delay when it comes to YouTube. So what I need to do is go to oops. I'm gonna switch into YouTube so I can send a message from YouTube. So that showed up in my chat, but did it show up on the stream that I said hello? It did. But still a delay, but I think it's less. So we should be okay. We'll mess around with it and see. Oh, there's a notification from Speedstorm just came out that says Hiro Hamada joins the race in season 13. Well, that's not exactly a big announcement. We knew Hiro was going to be in this Big Hero 6 season. Okay. Now I have a stream preview. I have my event tab. I have my chat. Then I have my overlay, and I can see that my ads are disabled for the next 53 minutes because I ran an ad before I started. That also matches on my timer. Excellent. All the things I wanted to do. So, last night, just to get us caught up with what I did in my late night stream, I did this monstrosity up here. Oh, mob spawning. I need some torches down here because this new thing made some dark spots. A little murder in the morning. Who doesn't? I do like this ground control thing from Stream Elements, and so I'm hoping that it works well and I can integrate it into my setup. Especially once I get the monitor set up the way I want, once I move the setup, because I can see a lot of things all from there, and I can integrate it all into my Stream Deck, and then I can control things a lot better, which will be cool. You know, trying to be a professional streamer and all that. Okay, so this is the monstrosity I was talking about. There are all these platforms, and they have water on them right now. And there's 10 of them. And what we're going to do is work on the wiring here so that we can automate this watering. The idea is these platforms will be, they'll be dark because of the roof over it. That'll allow mobs to spawn, and then there will be redstone here that makes it so that the water can be dispensed just briefly, and then dispenser observer, then they will turn back off. So I got to figure out what first thing I have to do is, if I put a dispenser in here, I'm gonna have to put it from below, which is fine. I'm gonna have to go to the top. So now when I put this observer on, if I put it this way, that's the wrong way. I don't have flint and steel on me. Do I have any in here? Hidden some away, far away. I have flint. And I have iron. I don't know why they don't call it a flint and iron if it's made with flint and iron. So flint and steel is the easiest way to test an observer. And that did nothing. So it's gonna be such a pain. That means I need to place, when I want to place the observer, I have to have a block above so I can place the observer facing the correct direction. They would just add a wrench. That's what they should do, so that you can rotate block. So now, when I update the observer, the dispenser fires. And if I have a water bucket in here, so every time the observer fires, it does the thing. And then when it changes the state again, it does it off. Okay, so that's working. What we want. Now I have to figure out the best way to do that the whole way down. This one's done, but this one isn't. So if I start from here, issue is that I have the water above. I think I'm just gonna have to do it in a real pain in the butt way. And just do it manually. I only have 10 of them to do, so it's fine. But so basically I need to put block here. And then I'll put an observer. I'll grab the water. I'll drop down to the next one. I'll put the dispenser facing the right way. Put the water in. I will drop down again. Need to make more buckets. Now I'll put in a new block. Put in an observer. Break this block. Put in a dispenser. Put in the water bucket. Break this block. Grab the water. Put in a block. Observer. Dispenser. Water. Okay, that's not too bad. Grab the water. Break down. That has its water, so that goes there. Observer, dispenser, water bucket. better than I thought it would be. And then all I have to do is go back through and remove the blocks before I fire it on in the future. So I break that, grab the water, break that, block, server, dispenser, water. Block, server, dispenser, water. Block, server, dispenser, water. Block, server, dispenser, water. I went faster than I expected. I didn't think I was at the end yet. I feel like I also must have missed something because I have an observer and I should have exactly as many observers as I needed. Did you see what I missed, Gunna? Probably not. Not on your small screen. And the fact that you're working may not even be watching. Okay. Oh, it's because... Rude. Rude? Because I fell through and didn't get the last one done. That's why. Observer. Just do it this way. Dispenser. Water. Get rid of both of those. So that has water in it. It's good to go. And this is going to be a pain because some of these are going to have mobs on them now. That has water. Ooh, that's interesting. Now the water's one underneath. But that'll continue as I go up. That is what I want. I want the water on to start. Basically what's happening here is as I break these bricks, the observer's firing, so the layer underneath is... Oh, they're alternating too. I may have to fix that. But that shows that it's working. I don't know how to handle this. Those mobs are gonna blow up if I go near them. I do not want to blow up my stuff. Where'd my flint and steel go? Did I put it away? Oh no, it's in my inventory. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work from the top, and then I'll water the layer underneath, and then I'll take the bucket out. This area up for me temporarily. Need to go get some more water because somehow I messed that up. So what I need to do is do that, then take the bucket out before I get rid of that. That means the water stays, but the bucket's not in there. Which means that when it fires, it doesn't do anything anymore. Because the dispenser fires, but it doesn't have a bucket to pick the water up. And then the next layer down, I already took the water out. I got that set up so the water's good. This layer has creepers on it. So we will break this block so we can break that block. Oh, this one also doesn't have the water in it. Is it? I think I might know what's happening. I think it's possibly throwing the water buckets out because there's a block in the way. This is running good. Leave my villagers alone. That's not what I wanted either. You didn't see me fall. I didn't fall. I don't know what you're talking about. So issue we have now is I took off the restream chat, but that takes off the notifier that there's a new chat message that I was getting. I'll have to look into that. So back to like I have to watch for new chat messages. So in the long run, that'll be fine because I mean I jumped. It's a little different than falling. Stop judging me. Okay, so there's the water buckets. They're dispensing out because there's blocks there. They can't actually dispense the water, so they're just throwing my buckets on the floor. Thanks, jerks. All right, so that's fine. We just need to get the water fixed, and then I can put the buckets in and activate it all at once. We got this. So this one is the one I was working on. This one has no bucket in it. This one has no bucket in it. So we'll put in a new block. That's good. Basically what we're doing is putting water there, then we're putting it here, which spreads it out the whole way. Then from above here, we'll do the same thing. We'll grab the next water bucket, place it down on, not there, on the thing. Put this in, and that means the level below us should have water on it now, which is good. Stupid Skelly. That time I fell. I got shot. Okay, so this is the bottom one. So if I did this correctly, should now be layers that all have water on them, and all the dispensers are empty. So what we need to do now, go down one layer at a time, put an empty bucket in the dispenser. All right, and then one other thing I need to do is this bucket has water in it. Shouldn't. Okay, so all 10 dispensers have empty buckets in them. So if I did this correctly, when I go up and activate the top observer, it should cascade through and pick up the water from all of the dispenser. Why did it not? Some of them it did, some of them it didn't. What the heck? Oh, did the rain get... I think the rain caused my fire to go on and out. That was weird. So now it's like alternated again. I don't mind if they're alternated, as long as like it does the job when I switch it. Let's just try doing it with just like placing a block instead of using the fire. Kind of want them all to be together. See that creeper threatening me? This should be okay because it's gonna like every time I go down a step, it'll only change the ones below it. So if I do this one last time, it should work to do things the way I want. We'll see. That one's on, that one's on, that one's off. So let's put this one back on. Now they should all be on. Okay, so they're all on. We can see that. And if I break this block, it should all go off. They didn't. So weird. Like some of them are being fired twice. Why is it doing that? I don't think it'll matter in the long run. Problem is, I want if I want to have the whole firm completely all spawning turned off, it's going to cause issues. It's fine. Let's just call it good for now. Course. This is why I wanted the water on in all the farms. At least we know the spawning works. Should just look and see how other people have solved this. I'm sure other people have had this issue and solved it, but I like trying to figure things out on my. Are they all off now? Now they're all on. That's so weird. What I was trying to say is that it doesn't matter if they're out of sync once I get everything else finished, because as long as the timer is that they're off and then on, if some of them are on and then off, doesn't matter. They all work. Each layer works independently. Just get rid of this platform now. This was all just temporary so that I could build the thing. And now I need to build an area to collect the mob drops. Because I have a ridiculous amount of iron, I'm just going to do it with a really big hopper field. Because it doesn't matter to me. Normally I would like have them drop into water, collect them into one spot. That way I could have minimum amount of things. But I'm just going to build a really big hopper collection of thing. Connect them all together underneath. And do that. So this is on layer like 158. I'm just gonna have them drop down to block 100, and that's where I'll put some hoppers. Ooh, more wandering traders. Hi guys. Oh, no trader head. Trying to collect the wandering traders' heads. I have one I got last night. I got one of the gray llamas. You can't get llama heads without murdering llamas, Gunniff. I'm sorry. No head. Oh no, there's the head. Yay, another wandering trader head. Only I hear I hear somebody getting hurt. You're not supposed to be able to reach them. How did you get in there? You little brat? Oh, I guess you can get in diagonally. Okay, well. I need blocks here then. They're avenging the llamas. I don't think that's what's happening. Okay, so let's think about this, what I need to get now. The next thing I need to do is get a bunch of hoppers together, but I got to figure out how many I need. I'm gonna have to cure these guys then. The iron farm seems to be working really well. Iron slash poppy slash potato farm. Not bad. 4 guys. Good thing I have 10 of you. So I'm in no hurry to fix you. But anyway, I'm going to need a bunch of this iron. I'm going to need a lot more than that. Two stacks. Let's see if that's enough. We'll start with that. So I need some blocks too. I think I just put them all away. Back up we go to block 100. So basically the idea is when I activate the farm and let the things spawn, they're all going to get pushed off the edges. They're all going to fall down. And I'm going to build a platform in the areas where they fall that have hoppers where they're going to die. And then all the hoppers are going to lead into each other and they're going to give us drops. But I'm going to build that platform down here at level 100. That way the mobs have 60 blocks to drop before they die. Now I'm right underneath the edge of that. I want to go 1, 2, 3. So this is where I'm actually going to start the thing. So I'll just have the hoppers lead into here for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I should be right underneath the outer edge. So I have an extra 3. I'm gonna do like 4 more blocks out. 1, 2, 3. So I'm like far out. That means even if they fall and like go kind of wonky, they'll be okay. Then let's do 1 here. It's gonna be a lot more than I was thinking. Maybe I should do it so that they fall into a central pit. It'll slow it down, but like I'm not going for super efficient. So instead, what I'm gonna do is put a block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me think about this logically. If I just put the water down, it's gonna form like a flowing pattern. Could do like if I just did a diamond pattern underneath here that all goes to the center. I don't know how I would place the water, get it to go. Also, I don't think I want it this low if we're gonna do that. Get up closer so I can see what. Basically what I'm trying to do is they're going to fall off these platforms and then they're going to fall into a water chute that's going to push them all towards the center. That way I can collect them all together so that they'll go down a couple. So that they will get collected in one specific place. And then I can have like a drop chute where they all fall down. In there. So this is the edge. I went too far. This is an edge. Right. Yes. When I'm standing here, I'm right on the edge. Perfect. Seriously? So I definitely want this to come out a few blocks because when they fall off the ice, they're going to land here. So let's do it like that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a central thing. Go the whole way across to the center. And we'll go over here. And then let's start with a 5-block gap in the middle. I think I'm going to go one more. We'll make it 7 by 7. I forgot I installed Z to Zoom. Freaked me out there for a second. Basically, I'm gonna make it so that they drop down into there, and then there'll be a chute they fall down into, and then they'll land on a hoppers, and I'll put campfires on top of the hoppers so that way if anything survives the fall, it will toast them. And then we might still have problems with witches there. We'll see. So then I think what we're going to do is just make this a square. So I came out how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from that edge. And that's this one. That's counting this block, so 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and then I have a wall. I have to go get more stone, I think. Do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Up a couple more torches, just be careful. Do not want to come back up to mob spawning on my head. So does what I'm building make any sense to you at all? Or is it just crazy Ender nonsense? Essentially, I'm building a giant thing to collect mob drops for me. Because now that I have several elytras, I want to be able to fly around with reckless abandon. And upset Sai. Sai said anybody who uses their elytra too much should be cursed with having all of their tacos be cold for the rest of their life. He doesn't use an elytra. Thinks it takes away from the game too much. So my multi-chat is very delayed. So it's showing it up in there. But the chat that I'm actually looking at, you just said that oh my, that's intense, but it's not showing up in here, and I don't understand why. I want to use the Stream Elements thing. I think it's cool. It works well, but if the chat's not getting to me till after it's been said, I can't. I want to be able to interact. I have to do some more research. I'm sure there are other tools that people use that are much better with latency. But it is sending me the alerts. I hear them. I don't know if they come out to the chat too, or to the stream. But whenever somebody chats, it makes a little noise. I also have to look and see. I want to make that so that alerts in my ear, but not yours. But they're all things I can work out later, I guess. Just frustrating. Might look into some other tools too. I said this before, but Twitch has a whole bunch of different tools you can use other than just straight using OBS to do it. And maybe there's some more modern stuff. Maybe not. Maybe this is the best I got. So next we're going to put some stairs around the edge. I have found when you're trying to get mobs to drop off, you have the last bit of water go over a stair, then they kind of slide over the edge a little easy. So this is really similar to the platform we have. Where is it? down there. So if I have, let's get some water. We'll build a little temporary infinite pool. Okay, so if I have water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I'm 1 block wider than I want to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. If I put it there, that'll go right to the edge. Let's do... make this 1 block more narrow. Concern about making it too small is that if stuff falls off and lands on that edge, they're never going to fall in. They're just going to wait there and despawn. But I can do some things to fix that. But so we'll have to do the same thing in these corners where I put down blocks like this. Okay, so now if I take my water, okay, so that makes all this go to the edge. That's good. Then I just need to grab a water source, put it up here, break these blocks in the corner. That'll make it so that if they land in the corners, they still get pushed out to the center. Just like we do on our golem farm down there. And then the next thing I need to do is the drop platform. So let's break this so that I can get down for a second. And I will place a block there. Then I will come back up. I'll replace that. Now I can get down there. And I want to drop them down 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. torches up here because otherwise stuff's going to spawn on these edges. Just like it did there. Okay, I can get rid of this second too. Just temporary to make it worse. Let's just leave it there for now. Might expand it back out. There's no sense taking it down yet. So down at this level, come back up and look, see. So I have a 7x7 that starts around that block. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get rid of this block. Storm coming. See it. Think we're gonna get a bad one? Okay, so now if the stuff falls down and it lands on these hoppers, it will die. And then I can have the things. I'm probably going to put some campfires on top of them, just so that way anything that doesn't survive, that survives the fall, will be killed by the campfire. And then I'll have to put a platform down here. me to stand on just to grab the roof. Now, eventually I will put like a system here for sorting all this out and all that good stuff. Let's put torches in the corners for now. Probably going to build this whole thing up the whole way to put the chute going the whole way up. That way nothing like lands on the edges or anything. But for now, just to test it, we're good. So this is all set. I hate how flowing water keeps you flying. So in theory, I should have lots of stuff falling down there. Did anything fall down here? Make it. No. Maybe not. Maybe did not give it enough time for it to actually. There's mobs on there now. So if I break this, you can see the water. The water's being weird. Yeah, they're falling down now. And they're falling and they're becoming drops. I'll have to work out why the water is being weird like it is. But let's just try a real simple redstone mechanism to see if this will work. So we'll put a piston here. I need some more pistons. Need one more piston. What time do we have left on our... Where they're enabled. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. And I'm going to run an ad. And then I will be back. I'm back. You know, for somebody that purports to be like that they want me to stay living in the Midwest, you seem to like to try to scare me that there's tornadoes coming. Maybe you don't want me to stay. Just try to make my life exciting. Thanks, honey. Thanks. I'm not worried about tornadoes. More worried about like tornadoes taking me to Oz and then having to befriend Toby's people. Good morning. We might all die today. That's true no matter where you are, though. Something's always trying to kill us. Okay, so pistons, hoppers. I'm gonna try to do a real simple hopper clock timer in this and then see if that works. So basically the idea is I'll have piston here and then another one here. And I need comparators. Oh, of course, I only have one comparator and I don't have the, maybe I have some quartz in my vault. No, I don't. Of course I don't. Why would I do that? All right, so I need some sticks so I can make some redstone torches, and then need some smooth stone. That'll do. Okay. So comparators, how does this work? It's been a long time since I built one of these. Hoppers go like this and like this. Comparators come out of those. And then we do blocks at the end of them. And then just redstone dust there. Did I do it on the first try? Flying and ladders do not mix, by the way. Where was that explosion? Did they blow up anything? I mean, I need to work out the timing, but I think that this might actually be working. Oh no. Not working. Did this wrong. Oh, I think these need to be torches. There, that's what I did wrong. All right, no. Oh, yeah, there it goes. So there's 64 items in here. It's powering this, which leaves this torch turned off. As soon as the items get over here enough that it powers this torch, it switches. No, that's not right either. I gotta look it up. It's been too long since I built a hopper clock. I had it right in the first place. Just a redstone dot here. And a redstone dot here. Oh, I think these need to be sticky pistons. That's what I got wrong. Please tell me I have slime down there. I don't know that I have enough to make sticky piston. Oop, I do have sticky piston. Slime farm is very important, and soon. There we go. Do this a little less. Ooh, that was some serious lightning. If I disappear, just because my house exploded when it got hit by lightning, don't worry about me.
It's a good idea. I can always charge it in the car too if powered. Okay, so now I think this timing is going to be way too short. But let's go take a look and we see this working. Yeah, so it's not staying on long enough for the water to switch. I also am not quite sure what the issue with the fluctuations are. Let's do another 24 item. Basically, the more items you put in the hoppers, the longer the delay between the firing of that observer. So you can see the water being off, the mobs spawn in. Then the water turns on, it pushes the mobs to the edges, they fall, they land in the water down below, and since they're alternating, other platforms are spawning while the other mobs are getting washed out. Yeah, this observer problem is an issue, so I gotta figure out how to fix that. You can see lots of them fall down at the same time. Am I out of rockets already? Yeah, we're definitely having stuff falling and dying on the edges, but we'll fix that. Look at that. We already have a decent amount in here. We already got over a stack of gunpowder, and this farm hasn't been on for more than 5 minutes. If I can fix the issue with the timing, this farm will work great. Lots of stuff falling, lots of stuff dying, lots of stuff giving me mob drop. And then we'll go up here, and we will land on this platform to sit in AFK, because then that mob farm down there is the only thing loaded. Because here, I'll show you again, because I figure set here, enable. This red sphere represents the area where mobs can spawn. Oh, actually, I might be too high up now. Yeah, I might need to move my spawning, my AFK platform. I'll just put a new one down, like right here. That'll be good too, because then technically I'm under a roof. Shouldn't have phantoms knocking me off. So let's do set here. If I stand on that block, this red area around is what's loaded. And you can see the entire farm is loaded, which means the mobs can spawn. But nothing below it is, so they can't spawn on the surface of the world. Which means I'll get maximum amounts of mobs spawning in there. So I can just kind of sit here and chill. That was a hell of a landing. Look at that. Just got a message from work. Said the one store manager was shopping for new internet. She said that she was going between the two companies. She decided to stick with Comcast, and then the other guy kept bugging her and wouldn't leave her alone, so she gave him my email address. Like, why? So I can tell him to F off? Unbelievable. Yeah, theoretically, I could AFK right here too, because this is below. But just to demonstrate, if I change this despawn sphere to here, now all that area below me is loaded. The mobs can spawn over there. So if I want the maximum rates, I should do it above. But it'll work. So let's do... put this here. Just need some extra stuff. This. I'm going to work with the stones that I have and fix this tunnel. And then see how many more I need. I made it low enough I might not need the campfires. And that's what I want to find out. But basically what I'm doing here is I'm extending this tunnel up so that there's no way that things can fall and get caught. The only thing I'm concerned about doing it with this way is that spiders, if they're falling, might catch the walls and climb back up. But we'll find out if that's a problem as we go. It's nice to see that, like, we're getting gunpowder just as we're standing here because of that. Looks like the spiders are falling in just fine. Like I said, if they have something to grip on those sides, they might try to catch the edges. So I might have to figure out a way to solve that problem. If it's an issue. We'll, you know, we'll just have to test it and find out. Oh, damn. Not as graceful a landing that time, for sure. Still need a ton more. I'm out of stone brick. No. Oh, I don't even have any down here. I guess I'm gonna mine for a while. This level here is where I mine where I want stone. Oops, I went mined out my ladder. Because it has stone. It's right above the deep slate layer. It has andesite, diorite, granite. It also has coal, gold, diamond, redstone. Not as much as deeper, but if I'm gonna get stone, might as well be at the optimal place to get other ores while I'm doing it. And it also has a chance to get coal ore, which is useful because when you're mining down in the deep slate, in the deep dark areas, there is no coal ore, which is really annoying for when you want torches. Which is why I have a spot down there where I'm making a charcoal factory. Or down in the mine. Just to produce torches for me. Kind of silly and ridiculous. But silly and ridiculous is my bread and butter. I also am really, really low on redstone, so this would be cool. I can collect a bunch of that here. Fortune it up when I'm done. And my mob farm will get a little bit of that too. Because witches. The reason I chose 50 blocks is because witches can survive a 43 block drop. And witches are the ones that are really annoying because I had to exit Twitch and come back in because your stream got stuck in a 20 to 30 second loop. Was it at least a good 20 to 30 second loop? You didn't like click on the clip that I put up, did you? I'm glad you noticed and didn't just think I was weird. I did clip the part where I don't remember what I did. Something I thought was funny. So maybe you accidentally clicked on the link when I did that, and it would put you into the clip. What was I saying during the 30 seconds? Yeah, I don't think that's where I clipped. Maybe you just got like mini Groundhog Day. You got stuck in the most boring 30 seconds of the day over and over again. Sounds like my work life every day. You know, I could set up a beacon. It would just take me a while to get enough blocks to make the beacon base. Then I could do some customizing. Eventually, I have the Nether Star somewhere. Be right back.
dreaming all night long. It's like a melody. The way the thought of you gets stuck in my head. It goes round and round. It won't come down. It can't get out. Oh, no. I'm losing it. What am I supposed to do? You got my attention.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Work issues. Can't stream too much longer because I do have some inventory stuff to do this afternoon. I was only able to stream now because I got up really early and got most of my stuff done, which worked out. I'm looking forward to getting settled in and having a regular streaming schedule. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with what I've been talking about and do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening stream for at least a couple hours after work every day, just to have a regular streaming time, because I think that'll help with building a community of people that can actually come and watch so they know when I'll be here. We'll see how it goes. Because honestly, that's what I'm more concerned with. I want to start getting regular people in so we can do some cool stuff together, rather than worrying about, you know, monetizing or anything. That stuff would be cool. It'll come with time, but it's not my goal. My goal is connecting with some people and making a community, eventually getting to the point where I can make the server like I want to, where we have a server where we can play together, that kind of stuff. I've been looking into that. There's a couple different hosts I looked at that have options where they'll set up everything for me. I just have to pull the trigger on it and get it worked on, but it's a lot of stuff to set up to make it work. But I might take a couple days when I have time where I can take some time off and get it going. I'd like to have it ready by the summer if possible. So maybe in June, maybe. Don't hold me to it though. I don't think this is going to be enough, but let's go put some up. I left my ender chest somewhere, apparently. I need an arrow. Give me an arrow, please. Wonder if I can launch myself out of this hole without killing myself. Hey, how about that? Oh shit. I guess if I'm gonna launch myself out of a hole, I need to make sure that the hole doesn't have a roof on it. The other thing I was talking about last night, I don't think you were here when I was doing it, is I built this tall tower instead of just building it to the height of this farm, because the goal is I want to be able to just climb up to the top of the observation tower there, and then I can launch myself in the air from there, and then I'll be 400 or 500 blocks in the air, and I can coast to lots of places around the server. Save me some rockets. That beef jerky we got at the store the other day is probably the spiciest beef jerky I've ever had, and I love it. I want to get like 10 more bags of it. I just wish it wasn't so freaking expensive. Definitely looking forward to getting into doing my own stuff like that. Gonna stink your whole house up. That timing was beautiful. Because of the chat delay, I said I'm gonna stink your whole house up, and you said nice right as I said it. Love it. Almost there. Didn't have a lot of mobs dropping right now because I'm too close for them to spawn. Okay, so that drop chute is done. I am going to remove this old structure here. because this is the temporary one I built just to get enough gunpowder to get back to the end. That's why I built it so small. I just needed a couple stacks of gunpowder. Freaking band. Always causing trouble. So I said that they should also not be able to have hot tacos because they fly around with their elytra. That one I agree with. No hot tacos for the Phantom. Should have made this out of wood, then I could just burn it down. This is why I say everything is temporary. This building was up for 2 days. And it was extremely helpful, very valuable, but it is gone. That farm up there will produce 100 times as much gunpowder as this one will, which is awesome. This one had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 spawning pads with 8 bases on each, which is 96 plus a few in the outer edges, so like a little over 100. The one up there has, each pad has 111 spawning spots on it. They also die much faster, which means that they can be replaced in the spawning much faster. And they also, it is in a more optimal position so that mobs will spawn better, because this one was too close to the ground. Mobs spawning in the caves prevented mobs from spawning in here and things like that. But it was, you know, temporary. That one is more permanent. Probably not the last one I'll ever build, and that one will eventually probably go. But it should last us a good long while. It should be our main source of gunpowder for the time being. We also get like bone and zombie flesh and string, glowstone, redstone, sticks, bottles, a lot of other stuff out of this farm too, but gunpowder is what I built it for. That's why I chose to build it here, right near where the sugarcane farm is. Eventually I want to make an automatic sugarcane farm too, so that I can just have a rocket farm. I can probably connect them now that they have the auto crafter system. I could make it so that it automatically crafts me firework rockets. I haven't played around with the auto crafter too much yet, but you could, in theory, do it. That's something I'm looking forward to playing with, because I've never used it. So instead of sorting out all the mob drops and then having systems where I manually craft them into things, I can build a farm to make a thing and then have the crafter do the auto crafting using redstone. And then I can just come over and grab rocket. So like, for example, we get bones from this farm. Well, the bones, other than every once in a while needing them for like taming dogs and stuff, you pretty much always just turn them into bone meal, which you can then turn into bone block. So instead of having a sorter that sorts out the bone, I can have it sort out the bone, send it into a crafter that breaks it down into bone meal, send it into another crafter that crafts it into bone blocks, and then store the bone block. Autocraft all the things. Still haven't figured out where I put my ender chest. Probably up on the roof. Oh yeah, where the redstone is. That's where it was. Oh damn it. There we go. No more farm. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go quick up check and see how much gunpowder we got. Four more stacks. I think it's time for me to call it a day here on Minecraft. I am going to come up here and I'm going to end the stream. If I can land it. Yes. Pro move. I'm going to stay up here. I just cleared out that thing. I'm going to let it go for a couple hours while I work this afternoon. And then tonight I'll check and see how much we get from this and if we need to make some improvements to the farm. I definitely need to research a better way to do the redstone. Like I said, I know I haven't watched the videos for it because I always try to build these farms myself before I watch too many videos. But I glimpsed in a short of one where somebody uses boats to time the thing, which I think is unique, and I might try to find that and do it. If I do, I will absolutely link their videos so you can watch it as well. But for now, I'm gonna call it a day. We got a lot done. We got the redstone hooked up for this farm, so now we have a good steady source of gunpowder, which means we can get rockets pretty much infinitely and do some great exploration and other things with that. We can really expand our world. And next time, I think, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but the next farm I think I want to build is slime farm. Because once I can get slime blocks going, then I can set up flying machines and I can set up TNT duplicators, which means I can start working on projects like clearing out the nether and maybe making a perimeter around this area, because that is going to be a fun project. Yeah, slime is the next chain in that link, I think. I can't think of anything else I need at the moment more than that. So that's probably what we will do. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.